Begs you to help him out. He's covered in sludge. He can't get it off and it's making him squick-sick. Can you find a way to get him clean before he dies? Claims he thought the pool of sludge was only a puddle. So wrong. Says he figured out what he needs to get clean. See that giant Vtuber brush up on that tall sign? That would be the perfect scrub brusher. Says he'll do whatever they can. Just hurry. Vump is the place to be, obviously. Let's see. What? Claims to have strange things from the dead zone that are so rare they need to be seen to be believed. Says talking to you was interesting. The vendor says you can browse his goods any time during opening hours. Didn't have much else to say, so no problem. Better get moving before the day passes you by. Well placed. One at half his health. Check out that e-waste. That's a good find. The SURFSIGROTTO. A good place to chill. This story needs a hero. This region is known as the Knupstonies. You can't find a harder place in the world. Chop chop! Sizzler! You have hours stretching before you. Speedy. There's the big gum brush we need to get that greased up critter clean. Shake it loose. You finally found the village of BUMLIDOF. Let's see. Even the birds have a hard time getting higher than the mountains.
Fairy tale.
Offers you extraordinary prices for extraordinary things. Says talking to you was interesting. Shopkeeper claims you won't be able to find better goods anywhere else. Says you'll meet again. Asks if you know that the Northwest World Eater lives in the water. Has plenty to do, so no worries. It's a monster lair for sure. Time to get a move on before all your chances slip on by. With enough keys, you'd think. Top quality scrap in this piece. Well, what do you know? Breathe in that day shine. That old home might not be stripped clean yet. Better hold on to that. Just put one foot in front of the other. Easy. You run like the wind. We're all heroes of our own stories, or so we hope. You need to turn the pegs in sync. Just a few moves left. Make them count. That's spiraled out of control. You need to turn the pegs in sync. You really put a spin on it. There's still time before the dawn. found some e-waste. Worthwhile. Looks good. Rubber scrap. Great for when you need a bit of flex. Super effective. Key overflow. Don't trust your eyes so much. They play tricks in the dark. That's interesting. An old home that's still standing. The scrap keeps piling up. The cranks need to be unturned in the right order. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Let's pocket that. Blow. Look at those notices on the board. Too bad the Gnotes couldn't read them. If you wander around here, you might find Noko. She just loves those Gnotes. Once the power ran out, it made sense to ride Gnotes, and that tradition continued through the years. Powered types of transportation polluted the world, but didn't poop in the street. Obviously, they didn't have their priorities right in those days. Watch your step here, and you might find tracks of another traveler. Let's see. found it, even under all the muck in the gnome pen. Hard to believe the gnomes didn't trample it. The kind of pollution a gnome produces might stink, but it usually washes away in the next rain. You should keep moving. Can't let those gnomes blaze the trails for you. You don't get to wander below ground like this every day. Finding things both here and there. Make sure you don't walk off a cliff while you're night blind. Go on, catch it. No matter how high the mountains get, the sky is always higher.
Kuri kumbala muma. Doma lektuku.
Nooks isn't an easy language, but at least it's manageable. She says she is so happy to see you again.
Inadabsunka?
She wonders if you remember her. She's Noko. She let you ride her Majut when you were a kid.
Kanyala no toro.
Noko remembers you used to chase around with so much energy and is glad to see you haven't lost any of that spark.
Boilakudo.
But that's all long gone now, though. Memories show us where we've been, not where we're going.
Brumble marsamon.
Seems reluctant to even say its name. It's become personal to her too, since it's taken so many of her innocent gnotes as prey.
Beri?
Noko remembers those days too, but she never lets herself wallow in them, no matter how tempting that can be.
Sanna yote.
She sees you're back to buck with Lupa Lupin. Can't see how there's any way to avoid that now. Not for long, at least.
Andro?
She says the horrors of your younger days were enough to ruin anyone, but not you. You've got all that cheer about you still.
Kanaruta.
Noko says history is like the trail you've been on. You can walk back down it any time you like, until it's worn smooth. But you get to blaze your own trail from here.
Minalagi mamuru.
She wants Lupa Lupin to pay too, even though she strongly believes forgiveness is the strongest revenge.
Minalagi mamuru.
Asks how many paths you've wandered in the world, and if you ever wonder about what might have changed if you'd taken different ones.
Kanyala no toro.
The choices can be overwhelming, but you have to choose, or you just stay where you are. And what kind of choice is that?
Boilakudo.
Hates to think of what's going to happen to all the gnotes when the world dies. Nothing left to care for.
Ferena masalapu.
Hates that you didn't care enough about the world to fight for it.
Anora kapapon.
Can't believe you joined up with the Jagni. They're constantly pecking around looking for things to swipe.
Amu.
If by loose you mean not nailed down, they keep trying to rustle her gnotes.
Asadurutu.
But let's not speak of that now.
Vaiseno kasaman varu.
She has an idea where the Majut might have gone, as there's no other place it likes as much as its own corner of the open wild. She's even named it the Majut Meadow.
Tukonda.
The Majut will recognize the scent you've attracted while being here, so it'll probably trust you enough to follow you.
Brumble marsamon vumundu.
You should lead the Majut back here when you find it. It's going to take time to get it calm enough to be able to ride out to the World Eater.
Andro?
She's sad that something as wild as the hoof puff can't be tamed, but has to come to terms with the fact that you need to stop it. The best stories are about heroes. This is such a story. You found the Mardjaja medal. Watch out for the Mardjaja. Right where it counts. Hardly seemed fair. Wow! It's a new day to you. Might as well enjoy it. Now that the Mardjaja is back in the pen, it seems calm, but Noko is still concerned. She says the Mardjaja is still anxious, but fortunately she knows just the thing it needs to calm down. The Mardjaja once found and ate a bonbon gummy by mistake, and that the chewing really calmed it down. She says that you should find some bonbon gummies for the Mardjaja by the crossway. At least, that's where she found some last time. She figures the choosies from the old world are made from gummy trees, but wouldn't be surprised if they were actually made from some chemical concoction, though. Cranks like these usually need to be wound to operate the dispenser. What you see is what you get. Once it's out of the blind box, that is. You have a chance to change the future for good or bad. Get under that sky while you still can. With its attention diverted to the chewy bonbon gummy, the Mardjaja calms down. But Noko is still concerned. She's relieved the Mardjaja has calmed down, but you'll need a heavier sit-tight to ride it than the one she's got. The only sit-tight she can think of that would be heavy enough is one she's spotted mounted on an old-world mecha Mardjaja. If she remembers correctly, she spotted it at the SHILO SHOPPERIA while scavenging for treats for the gnotes. That's not so far away. Seems to her they preferred the mecha Mardjaja over the living counterparts in the old world. Maybe the gnotes were near extinct. wind is like knives. The SHILO Shopperia. Guess shopping here put a smile on your face. Tap hard. Finished him off. Need the right key? Strange not having the sky above. You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Now hold on, sit tight. Isn't that the Mecha over there? So few trees to top the mountains. Charge them. Good hit. You need to loosen the bolts without rattling the Mechamitchut. Just a few moves left. Make them count. That's it. The sit-tight is loose. Time to stop horsing around and get the sit-tight back to Noko. Fate is funny that way, but it won't always make you laugh. The mountains stretch higher than the clouds.
Asil natu.
Now that the Majut's got a mouthful of bonbon gummy and the brand new sit-tight is in place, the Majut is ready to ride.
Kototuku.
Noko's been training another fantabulous little critter that'll hopefully become a distraction for the hoof puff when you confront it.
Ala.
She's called them glitter moths, and the best way to find them is to go talk to Mito. She's asked him to keep them somewhere safe.
Tukonda.
You'll find Mito at Bright Light. He's a light-headed fellow, but hopefully he'll remember where he stored the moths.
Ala.
He's been able to literally shed some light in the darkness for her over the years, but also because of his cheerful manner.
Inadabsumka?
Thinks it must have been hard to lose your parents. What that did to you as a kid.
Minalagi mamuru.
Says you're welcome back. The day is wasting away. This place is called Brightlight. Mito lives close by. Let's see. With the world getting darker by the day, there's not much time left to save it. And even though you've just met, he feels you're bound to play a huge part in that. Figures that doesn't make it any less worth fighting. You found your way through the darkness. You shine like the sun in the sky, but will you use that power to warm the world or burn it? Begs you to center yourself in the light. It can show you the way out of the darkness. No matter where your path takes you, though, it's important to remember where you came from. The past brightlights the present. Wonders if you know how much of an effect you've had upon the world. Your presence changes things like light changes darkness. Did you realize that when choosing where to shine? Figures that doesn't matter. You can't help but shine either way. Wishes you could see your way toward using your fire to light the way in the world, rather than burn it down. Stunned that you decided the world wasn't worth saving, what was it that burned you? Thinks it's funny you worked with the Jagni. They tried to rob him once, but he scorched away any that got too close. Says if they didn't want to get seared, they shouldn't have been so close. Says he can see by the twinkle in your eyes that you're not here to talk about your allies. He assumes you are here to be enlightened. He can't blame you, as everything just feels dark and hopeless these days. There's something about you, like you're knit together. Your fate's connected. What you've said, he feels too. So why not call him Me Too? He senses you're like the dayfly, living every day like it's your last, afraid that when night comes, it might be proved right. Claims you both walk in different types of darkness, but you guide yourself by the same light. Mito says he's not only into those who shine bright, he likes things that glitter too. He reckons you haven't seen a glitter moth, and says it's about time you did. Even though they're nesting near gone grass, they never run out of glow. Finding yourself a glitter moth would give you that glimmer of hope you need to continue all the way to the end. You really do need them alive. Dead glitter moths fade. Listen to all that night noise. You found Camp Mosserk. Look for the bandits. Cutting edge. You're here for a reason. It's up to you to figure out what that is. Maybe there's something here. grab pull, come on. This one seems to be in good spirits despite being left here for dead. Has heard that you only follow your own personal code and is worried you've lost your respect for life. Asks you to do the right thing for the sake of your conscience. It's only through your inner conflict you're held accountable for your actions. Seems happy but surprised you chose to turn this disaster into a blessing. Sound seems to travel farther at night. Stay away from that biohazard. You'll want to wash yourself off for a month.